Hi everyone, I am Charlie, Char, the dog's mom, Jen. And I decided to make this video because it's been a really long time since we've posted anything. It looks like it's been almost 8 years. When we originally started this channel, it was honestly just to test some new features that I noticed had been released on YouTube. I work with a lot of content creators, so I really wanted to get to know the platform. And recently when I checked Char's channel, I noticed that some of the videos had almost 100,000 views. So I hope those videos were helpful to some of you. I hope the product reviews were helpful and just some of the information we shared. But you know, it's been a long time, and I thought maybe it would be nice to give an update on Charlie. Speaking of, let's go find him so you guys can see him. So here he is. Here's Charlie. As you can see, he's doing really well. I used to do a lot of product reviews for his eyes, and as you can see, it's cleared up and his eyes look amazing. And overall, Charlie's happy and, you know, dealing with some health stuff. So that's actually one of the reasons why I decided to start doing videos potentially again, or at least give an update is, you tired over there? You tired? Okay, thank you. Thank you for the kisses. He's actually very self-aware. I think he knows when we're filming. Maybe it's my voice changes or maybe it's the camera, but he knows when we're filming something. So he's also just a sleepy guy. He just wants to go take a nap. Do you want to go lie down for a little while? Say hi, everyone. Say hi. Okay, we'll put you down. There you go. All right. Well, as I was mentioning, you know, in the last 8 years, overall, Charlie has been amazing, but there have been some health challenges, and that's been one of the reasons why I've thought about making videos again. I know that when we have been trying to navigate all of these challenges Charlie's had, it's been sort of daunting to figure out what the steps should be, what we should do, how to navigate it all. And I was doing a lot of research, so I thought maybe it would be helpful to create some content and just share with everyone what our experience has been. So just to give sort of like a short summary of some of the things that we've been dealing with Charlie. In late 2019, we took Charlie to go get groomed, and the groomer mentioned, hey, I noticed that when I was expressing his anal glands, we felt some lumps. So you may want to go get that checked out. And by the way, thank you so much to that groomer, because, you know, as some of you know, there are some amazing groomers out there, and there's some groomers who kind of just like do the haircut and like, here's your dog, bye. So the fact that she took that extra step to let us know, I think has made such a huge difference. So thank you to that groomer who was amazing. We still go to her. It's actually my parents' groomer for their dog. So we were in town again, end of 2019, and she's the one who told us. So anyway, a couple weeks later, we take Charlie, and again, this is the end of 2019, to his vet. And the vet said, okay, well, these lumps can be a couple different things. We should monitor, come back in about 2 months. So in early 2020, we took him back, and the vet said, hey, the lumps have grown, so it might be a good idea to have it removed, because A, it's just gonna keep growing and it's gonna block his ability to poop, but also it could be an indicator of, you know, cancer or other things. So we decided to go ahead and get them removed. Unfortunately, the pandemic happened right around this time, so we couldn't do it right away. I think we had to wait like 6 weeks to 2 months to actually do the surgery. So I think in about April 2020 was when we finally did the surgery. I wish I would have taken, you know, some videos or created some content around that, because even that was like really daunting, because, you know, when dogs go through surgery in those areas, it can create incontinence. So there were just a lot of things to manage around that. But Charlie did really, really well, and recovered from the surgery. Once they had removed the tumors, they did biopsies on them, and we did find out that Charlie did have what is called anal gland adenocarcinoma, which is a type of cancer. Obviously, when I got that news, it was heartbreaking, because you hear that and you think, my dog's not okay, what's going to happen? And again, just navigating that whole situation was a lot, but Charlie is a part of our family, and we had the means. So, and I say that because I feel very, very privileged. I've also worked very hard to be able to provide Charlie with, you know, care, health care, all the things that he needs. I did have dog insurance. I got dog insurance for Charlie. And so I decided to go ahead and pursue extra care for Charlie beyond just having it surgically removed. So once we got the diagnosis, we did find a local oncologist. I am based in Southern California. So we found it's called the Vet Cancer Group. They have several offices throughout Southern California, and we saw a specialist, an oncologist, who began to monitor Charlie. And basically what that required was every 3 months we had to go, every 3 months, yeah, I believe it was every 3 months, we had to go with a checkup with the oncologist. And then they would do everything from like an ultrasound to examining the area, just to make sure that nothing had changed. And overall, everything was going well. He was going to his appointments regularly. About a year later, which was February of 2021, during an ultrasound scan, they did find that a lymph node looked unusual. And they were able to, I believe, biopsy that as well. And that's when they found out there had been likely spread of the adenocarcinoma. And it was now on a lymph node, which again was another huge milestone moment that was just heartbreaking, because again, the idea of it spreading just really scared me, to be honest, because I thought, oh my God, does this mean he's not doing well? That who knows what's gonna happen next? Like, what do we do? So we were actually referred to one of the honestly best doctors in Southern California. He's based in Orange County. His name is Dr. Bomarito. He is a double boarded oncologist and radiologist veterinarian, which is, I guess, pretty rare. That being said, we were referred to him, and we took Charlie to him, and they recommended radiation treatments to treat that lymph node. At that point, we did accept the fact that this was now a diagnosis that Charlie was going to be living with when we first had it removed. And again, as someone who didn't understand a lot about this type of disease, I didn't understand the way it all worked. But when we first had it removed, we thought maybe it's gone, maybe it'll be gone forever. But once there was spread, we recognized that this is something Charlie would live with for the rest of his life, but that there was still potentially a great outlook for him. So again, we decided to pursue, you know, other courses to see what Charlie's options were. Charlie was playful, happy, eating. You would not think that he was sick with anything. So again, this just felt like the right next step for us, and we were able to, so we decided to do it. And he did go through about 14 rounds of radiation to treat that lymph node. And he responded extremely well to that. After that, we decided with the doctor's advice that we were gonna put him on chemotherapy to help manage everything. Because again, this is something he now is going to be living with. And another speed bump. The doctor recognized in some of his blood work that there may be an issue with Charlie's digestive system. He said he may have something called PLE, which again, I'm like, what is this now? Another thing I've never heard of. So he then went to go have he then went to go see an internal medicine veterinary doctor, and went through more tests and went through an endoscopy to see, I think it's called an endoscopy, when they stick a tube down to his stomach, remove a piece and biopsy that piece. And we had to do this before starting any chemo, because the doctor said, hey, like if he has something going on there, we can't start giving him like a strong chemo medicine. So we felt like, okay, the universe, God, our instinct, our gut, the doctor, everything is pointing for us to continue down this road. So we did. And again, I was like, wow, thank goodness I have his insurance, and I had savings, you know. And again, I want to be honest about this, because it's not affordable. This is very expensive, and I know a lot of pet owners and pet parents out there. You know, sometimes you have to make difficult decisions. And again, for us, it was I'm not a big spender. There's a lot of maybe other things I could have spent that money on, but for me, it made sense for me to spend the money on my dog, who I consider to be part of my family. So again, we decided to go down that road, and we did discover that Charlie then had lymphoma of the stomach. So it was a lot to take in, and again, worrisome. But you know, we were given a lot of information. We were told there's actually very common in pets, and keep in mind at this point, Charlie was 11 years old. And the doctor said, it's once you diagnose this and you diagnose it and you know it's there, it is treatable, and dogs do live with it. So, and other animals, cats, I guess. So after that, after we got the diagnosis, we did get Charlie on a treatment plan, and that's where we're at today. We are treating Charlie. He has a lot of medications. I'm gonna do a video on the medications he's on, his schedule, everything that we go through to make sure Charlie is healthy and taking all the medications that he needs, and also taking everyone on our journey as we continue to manage Charlie's health. So the next thing we're doing is, because it doesn't end, we took Charlie to one of his regular follow-ups with his oncologist, and they did find a lump again in his anal gland sac. They said this can happen. Sometimes there's microscopic cells left even after it's surgically removed, and that can again, create the cells start to form another tumor. And again, forgive me, I am not a doctor. I do not have all the information. I am just simply sharing what my experience has been and what my understanding is of what is happening. So it may not always be perfect. So that just happened last week. And they said that it is important to get it removed, because at some point it's either going to grow, and he won't be able to poop. So, and I believe there's other reasons why, but that's one of the main reasons why we're doing it, is because, again, as you guys saw, Charlie is happy, healthy, eating. I swear to you, I call him Benjamin Button, because he looks amazing, and he's healthy. You wouldn't think he's going through all of these health challenges. So for us, because his quality of life, his outlook still looks good, we're gonna continue to do what we need to do to take care of him. So hopefully some of this information will be helpful to you guys. Again, I'm going to be creating videos on what it's like to have pet insurance, a review of the pet insurance that we have, what it's like to go through some of these doctor's appointments, the aftercare. Sometimes the aftercare for things like this surgical procedure he's going to have does require time, attention, energy, bandwidth. So just to share with everyone what that looks like, just in case any of you are potentially going through this or go through it in the future, you can know what to expect and know how to prepare for it. And then just sharing with you guys what his everyday life is like, some of Charlie's favorite things to do, some of our favorite products that we've purchased that have been amazing and made our lives and Charlie's lives better, and just just sharing some of his favorite things. So if there's anything you guys would like to see, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Again, this is hopefully going to be useful and helpful for other pet parents out there who are dealing with a dog that has, I hate to use the word, the C word, but is dealing with that type of disease. And the reason I don't want to use it is because I, in my heart, believe that Charlie can live a full life still, full, productive, healthy, happy life. So I don't want to like label him with that, but it is also a part of his life and a part of his journey and something that we have to manage. So let me bring him back so he can say bye. Charlie, say bye. Say bye to all your friends. Okay, and then you can go back and take your nap. All right, here he is. But thank you, everyone. And for anybody who's, watched our videos in the past, thank you. Charlie appreciates it. He likes making friends. So he likes making friends and taking naps. So thank you, everyone. We'll see you soon.